So any advice that you want to give to the audience before we end this podcast, like when they want to start up, like what kind of mindset they should have?
So two kind of mindset is required. Like when you are clear what you want to do, then obviously this advice doesn't apply. If you are clear that you want to create something or bring something to the world and all, so obviously this advice doesn't apply to you because again you have made your mind and then you know where you want to go. But people like me, right? We were not very clear where we want to go.
Yeah.
Right? We were more of explorers, right? When you are the Christopher Columbus, you don't know where you want to go. You just want to explore the world out there, right?
You shouldn't have answers to all the questions.
Yes. So for them, so generally what happens is people who have little bit experience, they are working in the company, they have seen gap in the market. So most of the time they know that where they want to go.
Yeah.
Right. So for them, I would suggest stick to what you know and then deliver on that. But people who are explorers, for them this advice should suffice. So the idea is that, whatever you know, or you explore certain things, you like certain things, you start building upon that. Even if it is services one, right? You start delivering on that. And when you start delivering services, obviously you will come to know certain repetitive things out of it. So you make it a productized thing. So whatever you are doing repetitively, you make a SOP and you productize your offering. Okay. Once you productize your offering, obviously you will be able to scale it a little bit further, right? Once you are able to scale it, then what you do is you convert into a digital good or digital product, right? And then you sell it off. You start selling your digital goods, right? So, for example, if you know how to manage social media, handles of companies, right? So, and then how to come up with different topics, right? So, you will prepare SOPs. You will ask your teammates to, today. It's one example is what is the day today, right? As per the day, world's environment day or whatever. Then you will create a social media post out of it, right? And then you will post it, right? So you are doing it for every of your customers. Then you convert into a digital media calendar, right? And then digital media calendar, because you are doing it for multiple customers, you know what needs to be done. You create a digital good out of it, and then you sell that product. Right? So that is the way I would suggest to most of the people who are explorer and who are still figuring out what to do. Yes.
All right. Yeah, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. This has been a really valuable podcast. There's so much value that you gave to us. Thank you for coming to the podcast. Maybe we'll do another episode soon on the thing that you were starting right now as Startup Garage.
Yes, I'm working on that.
So I'm hoping maybe a lot of startup guys who are just like you and me, they would just come on the podcast as well to talk.
Sure. Again, the idea is that tinkerers like me, where we can brainstorm and work upon an idea together, share our learnings, and take it forward from there.
All right. Thank you.
Always a pleasure.